in just a couple hours. We do have tornado warning still in effect. Okay, we have a tornado warning for Clarkston, Nebraska. We have one for Dodge, Nebraska, Howes, Nebraska until 3:30 p.m. CST, and then Madison and Stanton and Enola, Nebraska until 3:30 p.m. CST. I'm going to zoom back in here. Let's see if we can't see where any of these tornadoes could be right now. Once again, Madison, we talked about this earlier. There is almost certainly a tornado right around here somewhere, so I hope everybody took shelter. I hope that people are listening and heeding the warnings. Next in line is Stanton, okay? Next in line is, Norfolk, you guys are, probably going to miss the main circulation here, but it's very possible that this kind of tails off to the north as that low pressure system slings these northernmost storms off to the north and west. So let's go ahead and get in our safe spot too. All right, don't wait for the tornado warning. Additionally, Pilger, Hoskins, Windside, all these places to the north and east of this storm need to take whatever precautions are necessary for you to prepare yourself for a potential tornado. All right, here we go. Now we've got it. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Clarkson and Lay, Nebraska, and Creston, Nebraska, until 3:30 p.m. Central Time. This is an observed tornado. This is not a maybe tornado. This is a real tornado on the ground right now. Once again, Clarkston, Nebraska, Lay, Nebraska, Creston, Nebraska. I just retweeted the graphical information on that if you guys want to help in also sharing that on Twitter at Ryan Hall. Y'all, let me show you the web browser here. This is an observed tornado, okay? This is going to be affecting the Creston area, Clarkston, Lay, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, quarter-size hail possible, 2,000 people in the path of this storm, okay? So this is the storm that just went through Columbus. Now to the north and east of Columbus, that's where we're concerned about potentially seeing the tornado go through, all right? And we do have a little kink in the radar, just like I've been talking about, right here and right here, where I believe that we could possibly see a tornado, okay? It doesn't matter, though. The entire line could potentially be tornadic, so let's treat the whole thing like it's a big tornado, all right? And once again, that is a confirmed tornado. That is not a maybe tornado. Let's see here, a tornado on the ground from Platte. And that came into the 911 call center about 7 minutes ago. So that's probably where that came from, all right, on that side of the storm. So yeah, I'm very surprised we don't have a confirmed report, in Madison. That area of rotation looks very suspicious to me once again, and I'm very, very surprised we don't have damage reports already coming out of Madison stating that there was at least some sort of small tornado going through, because that's a lot of. It's not a lot of rotation, but given what we've seen that has produced tornadoes in the past, it's a lot compared to that. Look at that. We got another little update there. There's several areas along this line that could be tornadic. Look at that. What in the world is that? Get ready in Rogers, North Bend. Okay, this is crazy. Like literally, there's so many little maybe spots here where there could be little spin-up tornadoes. And when I say little spin-up tornadoes, I'm not trying to diminish the severity of the storm. I'm just saying that, like, obviously these aren't big supercells with massive wedges. Okay, so I'm going to look through my incoming feed once again. Once again, some of these storms are moving at 95 miles an hour. I want you guys to imagine that right now, okay? If you're just now tuning in, and maybe you live in, let's see here. If you're just now tuning in, you've never seen me before, and maybe you live in Omaha, okay? Maybe you live up here in Sioux City. Maybe you live in Mapleton. And you're like, well, it's a storm, man. I've been through storms before. This is, once again, I keep saying this, but this is different, all right? There could possibly be tornadoes in this forming derecho, inside of it, that are moving 95 miles an hour in the forward direction, okay? There might be tornadoes today that move faster than their wind speeds. And Yeah, like I don't know how else to put it. You don't have a lot of time to get to shelter if something like that is coming towards you. So that's why I think that, even an hour before the storm gets to you, you need to go ahead and just stop what you're doing. All right. Yeah, it's not every day that, you're going to have the rest of December to not worry about the weather, more than likely. I don't know. But, it's not going to take much for you to spend an hour to try to, make sure you're not going to put yourself in danger, at least in my opinion. Okay. And of course, stay here with me and I'll be the first to let you know whether or not there is actually a tornado coming towards you. All right. Let me go through Twitter again here. I'm going to send a message to, Vince is live. I have to pull him up. Give me just a second. I'm going to leave the radar up on this view. Okay, and I'm going to turn around. And can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to turn around here, and I'm going to pull our storm chaser, Vince Welty, up. We have a professional storm chaser on the ground who's working with us to provide live footage of the potential tornado outbreak in derecho that we are seeing right now. And I'm going to pull him up. Vince is awesome. If you guys have watched the stream before, he did Hurricane Ida with us. He was on the ground in Hurricane Ida. And he's always, wherever the storms are, that's where he is. So we like working with Vince. And I'm going to pull his stream up right now. And we'll stick with him throughout the duration of the event. And then, of course, if he has time, I am going to reach out to him and do an interview with him and talk to him about the conditions out there, especially if he comes across any damage or anything like that. Okay, so now, let me pull him up. Let me make sure that works. Yeah, okay, so here we go. This is the professional storm chaser, Vince Welty, out here. We also have a couple other people that are also streaming. And then we, of course, have static cams. This is Des Moines, okay? This is the streets of Des Moines. And then this is Omaha, okay? So we're going to have a very good view of the storm approaching Omaha here very shortly, all right? But for right now, we are going to stick with professional storm chaser, Vince Welty, as he is driving straight into this developing potential derecho. And let's see here. We do have a new tornado warning.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Malcolm and Pleasant Dale and Raymond in Nebraska until 4 p.m. CST. All right. And just let me remind you guys, we have multiple tornado warnings right now. We have multiple tornado warnings. We have already a bunch of, oh boy, that's close to Lincoln. We have a bunch of reported 80 to 90 mile an hour wind gusts. And these storms haven't even made it into the moderate risk yet. All right. That's where we're heading this evening, unfortunately. Okay, so I just said not too long ago that we don't have any tornadoes right now in Lincoln, but that is changing. This tornado warning that was just issued, it is a radar-indicated tornado, is going to go on the northwestern side of Lincoln. Okay, so this is another important pivotal moment of the stream where we need to make sure that anybody, if you guys know anybody in Lincoln, if you have any friends out there, you need to let them know right now. Don't even worry about sending them the stream, okay? We're not worried about them, having them watch at this point. It's really close. Just let them know that a big storm is coming and it might have a tornado in it, okay? Look, that right there, then we might have a little bit of a correlation coefficient drop, which means we could have debris being lofted in the air. I am going to go down into the mesoscale and tell you where I think this storm is. Now, remember, I'm going to go to the north and east of where the radar shows the storm because the storm is moving very fast. Okay, Lincoln, Nebraska, on the northeast side. We've got Emerald, Woodlawn, okay, the Malcolm area. You guys are imminently being impacted by a potential tornado. Downstream, okay? You guys, if you're listening to me right now, if somebody just sent you this in a text message and you're like, what in the world's going on? If you live in Raymond, okay, in Lincoln, around Lincoln, Nebraska, or between the Highway 79 and 77 corridor between Cresco and Davie, All right, very soon, within the next couple of minutes, possibly even a couple seconds, a very strong storm with straight line damaging winds and a potential tornado is going to be moving directly through your neck of the woods there, okay? Some landmarks out here. We've got the Slavic Christian Church. Okay, we have the Bethlehem Covenant Church. We also have the Jackson Memorial Wildlife Area south of Cresco, or Serico, I'm sorry. You guys know what I'm talking about if you live out here. You know, if you live out here, you know where the Lincoln Robber Insurance Building is, okay? North of that, between Highway 79 and 77 is where we could potentially have a tornado. Now, everybody else that's not there, yeah, sure, you don't have a tornado coming, but you do have 80-mile-an-hour winds coming. So let's all take this seriously, and let's all get into our safe spots and make sure that we're not an unnecessary injury or casualty today. Let's see here. Omaha. Look at this. You're next in line, okay? You are next in line. We also have a new tornado warning. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Windsor, Beamer, and Clarkson, Nebraska until 4 o'clock p.m. CST. That's a radar-indicated tornado, and I believe that is that big tornado warning up here, okay? So West Point, let's see here. Yeah, West Point, Beamer, Windsor, Wisner, all these places need to be getting in their safe spots because we have a lot of tornadic thunderstorms that have kind of culminated in the top of this line that are kind of converging on the same area. So the whole warning area, there's not one little tiny dot in there that might have a tornado in it. The whole warning area might be experiencing a tornado or something similar to it very, very soon. All right, so here is the Lincoln, Nebraska storm. Once again, that tornado, if there is a tornado on the ground, is very, very imminently, very soon going to go by the northern Lincoln area. This is probably, the storm itself that is tornadic is probably going to ride the Interstate 80 corridor, okay? So it'll probably go to the north and east after it goes by Davie. It'll go north and east from there towards Ashland, okay? And then potentially it will cross the Platte River there, right around where Interstate 80 does. Okay, so I want you guys to know where I think that this thing might be. That way, you know, just so you know, if you can drive to any of these places that I'm mentioning in 20 or 30 minutes, you're probably, if the storm hasn't already hit you, you're probably in the direct path of a very dangerous storm with maybe a tornado in it. So if you're planning on heading out to the Cellar 426 Winery south of Ashland, or Parker's Smokehouse, or Ashland Golf Club in Nebraska, because it's pretty nice out there right now, don't do that, okay? And actually go home and get into the safest place that you can think of. Still have what looks like maybe potentially a little bit of a correlation coefficient drop here, south of Malcolm to the north and west of Lincoln. So we're going to keep an eye on this one. And additionally, we have more tornadic thunderstorms going on, okay? And we're also going to keep an eye on this over here, an interesting area of some rotation here north of Clarkson to the north and west of Howells. This is going to continue to go to the north and west towards Beamer and Wisner momentarily. It's not going to take very long at all. Let me get on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to keep this up right here. There's two areas of rotation here near Howells and Clarkson that look pretty tornado-y to me. North and east of Clarkston, and then this right here, both of those. In fact, there could be two tornadoes along that gust front on the front edge of the storm. Same thing over here back by Stanton, okay? There's something going on there, and everybody to the north of Highway 278 all the way up to Windslide needs to be getting in their safe spot right now. Take shelter now. Do not wait. Do not try to go outside and take pictures and videos. We've got Reed Timmer and our professional storm chaser Vince Welty out there to do that. Let them do it for you, okay? We got plenty of videos and pictures of this massive system coming soon. No video or picture is worth your life. I can promise you that. We got sirens sounding in Sioux City, Iowa, as this dangerous line of severe storms and embedded tornadoes approaches. Based on warnings for 70-knot wind gusts, it appears that the momentum from almost 2 kilometers up is capable of being mixed down. So that's something that I was worried about. Okay, so some of the higher wind gusts above the surface, and the higher you go, especially on a lower level jet stream day like today, the stronger the winds are. We're starting to see some of those winds start to mix down to the surface. So we're going to start seeing very, very prolific damaging wind reports out of the eastern Nebraska area very soon. Just a recap here, we do have tornado warnings in effect for Dixon, Geary, and Riley counties in Kansas. Additionally, Madison, Stanton counties in Nebraska, and Colfax and Lancaster counties in Nebraska. Everybody that I just named off is under a tornado warning. We don't have any confirmed tornadoes on the ground right now, but we do expect that is going to change as we go forward. In fact, I'm telling you, there's something going on right there. Can't tell me that there's not. And then additionally, right near Dodge and right near Snyder, there's 3 areas of potential rotation out here. So once again, everybody out in front of the storm needs to be in their safe spots. West Point, Nebraska, get to safety. Windsor, Beamer, Bancroft, you guys as well. Don't wait for the tornado warning. All right, we're starting to see some tornado warnings more pop up in Kansas as the southern portion of the line now is tornadic. Look at this. All right, well, let me refresh radar scope here. So we're going to keep radar scope on Lincoln. Actually, you know what? We're going to take this down to Kansas. Take a little trip down to Kansas and see what's up down here. And once again, it's a very similar situation to what we have been seeing with these storms. Okay, we got this very strong line of straight line damaging winds. They're starting to grow. The tops of them are starting to interact with that lower level jet stream. And on the front side, they're picking up all that helicity and flipping it vertical and turning it into tornadoes. So we have a very interesting area of a rotation here near Riley, south of Leonardville in Kansas. That's going to go off to the north and east. Oldsburg, Westmoreland, you guys have got to get ready. Okay, you got to get ready for a potential tornado coming through. Additionally, a very, very strong area of inbound winds are coming directly towards Fort Riley North and Ogden. All right, that's going to be moving towards Manhattan. Okay, Manhattan here in Kansas is in the direct path of a potential tornado. Okay, that's going to be for Riley County. Once again, Riley County, Dixon, Geary counties in Kansas. This is now a multi-state event where we have a lot of people now under tornado warnings. And this is getting kind of dangerously close to Topeka, Kansas, all right? And the areas between Topeka and St. Joseph there. So, everybody along this line of storms. I don't care. Obviously, we talked a lot today about the moderate risk. And if you're in this red circle, if you're in this orange circle, forget the circles right now, okay? Pay attention to this line of storms. Everybody to the east of this line of storms has the potential of seeing straight line damaging winds in excess of 80 miles an hour, hurricane force, and tornadoes. Every single person out in front of this line. In fact, they just issued a severe thunderstorm watch that goes all the way out to Kansas City now. Kansas City. This thing is moving so incredibly fast. It's crazy. So incredibly fast. The tornado warning is going to continue for Raymond, Nebraska until 4 p.m. CST. Of course, we do have that warning that is going to continue for Riley, Kansas and Westmoreland, Kansas until 4 p.m. CST. This is, obviously we knew today was going to be very active. But I thought we had more time. I thought that it would be 5 o'clock before we were starting to have nonstop tornado warnings and stuff, honestly. All right, we're going to keep watching these tornado warnings here in Kansas, but we can't ignore our friends over here in Nebraska. We still have 2 or 3 or 4 areas of very interesting, kinks in the velocity there. Heading towards Beamer. If I'm in Beamer, I'm in my safe spot. Okay. If I'm in Wisner, I'm in my safe spot. Even if I'm in West Point, which isn't necessarily under the National Weather Service's tornado warning, I am getting to the safest spot that I can right now. Now, what is a safe spot? All right. What is the safest spot? I don't know. Some people don't know. You want to get into the most interior room of your house, okay? So if you've got an interior bathroom with no windows, okay, and no outside-facing walls, that's the best place that you can be, all right? That is the best place that you can be. You want to barricade yourself from the outside world with as many walls as possible. You want to barricade yourself with as many walls as possible because the number one way that you are going to get injured or killed in a tornado is going to be debris flying through a window or flying through a wall and hitting you in the head or something, or even debris falling from your house and hitting you. So I always recommend getting into the most interior room of your house, interior bathroom preferably. If it has a bathtub, get in there and throw a mattress over you. If you got time to grab the mattress off the bed, throw it over you. All right. If you are into bicycling, all right. If you are into football, anything that requires a helmet, grab that helmet, man, and throw it on. Why not? All right, sounds ridiculous, but why not? It could save your life. It could literally save your life. So that is what we're talking about for the people of Beamer, and Wisner. I told you guys at the beginning of the stream I was going to butcher these names, and I'm sorry. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. All right, back down here to Kansas. Same thing goes for you guys, all right? I want you all to also be getting into your safe spot, especially over here in Manhattan, okay? Manhattan looks like a pretty populated area. Of course, it's not a giant city. Never said that it was. But it's a little bit more populated than some of these other places that we've been looking at. So I want everybody in Manhattan to go ahead and start making your preparations to get into your safe spot. Even further downstream than that, let's talk about Onaga, Emmett, St. Mary's, Newberry. All these places are in the direct path of this very violent storm as it continues to go off to the east, northeast. Look at that. Look at this line of storms, guys. That is crazy. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. That is not a radar image that you see every day. An almost perfectly bowed line of severe thunderstorms with winds gusting over 80 miles an hour, and just a couple miles away, it's pouring the snow. Okay, it's 30 degrees here. It's 70 degrees here. What happens in between is obviously going to be very, very intense. The tornado warning is going to continue for Westmoreland, Kansas, and for Fostoria, Kansas, until 4 p.m. Central. Wow, 50,000 people plus in Manhattan. You heard it, guys. There's 50,000 people potentially in the path of this very dangerous storm, guys. We do have a record-breaking 22,000 people here watching the stream. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up and for sharing and everything. If you haven't shared the stream yet, go ahead and do that. It's how we reach people. It's how we get this vital information out to people who otherwise wouldn't get it. A lot of people out there don't have cable. They don't watch the news. And this is the best way that they're going to receive this information. So let's keep sharing it everywhere and hitting that like button to get the YouTube algorithm to promote us to people who need to see this. You guys are sending me a lot of stuff. Intense moments along I-70 in western Kansas. This is crazy, guys. This is insane. So we're talking about all this crazy stuff that's going on with this line of storms that we're tracking. But this is outside of the line of storms. Let me show you this. All right, so this is from Jacqueline. Look at this. No thunderstorm. This is just wind. This is the air that is fueling this line of storms. every single bit of this energy is being pumped into this line of storms as we speak. And the longer it is allowed to exist, the longer that it holds together, the more intense that line of storms is going to get. So that's why we're so concerned about the potential impacts here in Iowa specifically. Instagram is also Ryan Hall, y'all. My social media handle on every single thing, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Ryan Hall, y'all. And I share weather stuff on all of them. So if you want to hit them all up, you can. That is absolutely insane. All right, let's go. Let's go back to the radar. We currently only have 3 tornado warnings. That's a lot, but, it's true. We only have 3 right now. And that's going to be for Riley County in Kansas, and then also Madison, Stanton, and Wayne counties in Nebraska. And and all those go until 4 p.m. Central.
Engine 33, still alarm. South 45th Street and Harrison Street.
But once again, I do want to be very clear that even if you are not under a tornado warning here, if you're in front of this line of storms, Omaha, you're moments away from getting it, okay? Murray, Auburn, the I-29 corridor here between Nebraska and Iowa, you are getting ready to get it. Same thing down here in the northeastern portion of Kansas. This is also approaching the northwestern portion of Missouri, all right? This part down here is also packing a punch, and we have tornadoes down here as well. So it's incredible. It's incredible what's going on right now. This is going to be a very, very prolific, damaging wind event as we go forward. All right, it's time. It's time for the members to use their new emote that I made. It's the one that says chug.
King Charles X-ray 633, KCX 633, validated.
I promise the people on the Weather Channel do the same thing, but they just don't show it. All right, you got to stay hydrated when you're talking this much, and I choose to drink out of a gallon. All right, I don't like them little bottles. That's not for me. Thank you for bearing with me. All right, so let's go ahead and let's switch over to a professional storm chaser, Vince Welty, who is approaching that line of storms. You can see it there in the distance.
23 to 11, can you come to my location? He's approaching my vehicle now. We're probably going to have to do
Medic 61,
You can see the storm over there to his west. So I think that he is, he must be traveling north to intercept. Yeah, I would say that he is, I'm getting ready to get confirmation on this, but I would say that he's on I-29. I'd say that he's on no, he's not on an interstate, is he? I'm getting ready to find out. Yeah, Reed Timmer is in a very intense thunderstorm as well. All right, here we go.
A new tornado warning has
The
been
National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Thurston County. Thurston County until 4:30 p.m. Central. That is a confirmed and observed tornado. Once again, guys, for the second time today, this is not a maybe tornado. This is a real tornado that's on the ground right now, and it is approaching very quickly some places over here in Nebraska. Thurston, Bancroft, Pender, Walt Hill, Winnebago. Okay, so this once again, this is an observed tornado. Let's go ahead and show you the graphical information. I have retweeted this on Twitter. If you want to share this as well, it'd be very helpful. Thurston, Pender, Bancroft, all these places right here to the south and west of I-29, a very strong storm with a tornado in it, an actual tornado in it, is coming right towards you. All right, it's heading right towards you. There's 7,000 people, 7,400 people in the path of this storm, and I just about bet you anything in Thurston, somebody is scrolling through YouTube, and they have no idea what's getting ready to happen. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, hit it to get the YouTube algorithm to promote us to the people who need to get this information. Let's do a deep dive here on this storm. That way, if there is anybody currently watching in that area, we can tell them exactly where this tornado is, and maybe kind of inspire them to, take action and get out of harm's way there. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. So on this one, on the reflectivity here, we actually have some characteristics that look like a supercell thunderstorm. It's like a supercell thunderstorm embedded inside of the line here. We definitely see the broad rotation. And yeah, that is, I don't see that report. I don't see where that report came from just yet, but that's pretty incredible. More than likely a tornado on the ground there. Actually, we do know for sure that there is a tornado on the ground there, and that is moving towards the northeast. If you guys are, between the Highway 5 and the Highway 51 intersection there, once you get past Beamer, all the way up into Winnebago, you're in the direct path of a very, very, very dangerous storm. Let's take it seriously. Tornado warning continues for Windsor until 4 p.m. CST. And then the counties, once again, that are under that confirmed tornado warning, that's Thurston County. Thurston County. All right, and we do have a little bit of a correlation coefficient drop here. So I'm really trying to get in here as deep as possible and try to figure out where that tornado possibly is. Just so I can give you a better idea myself. Hinder. Give me just a second. Not Reed, but Vince is getting very close to our line of storms. Very close. Okay, Beamer, Nebraska. Let's go to the north and east here towards Pender. All right. Okay, so if there is a tornado on the ground, and I think there is. Okay, that's probably the best looking correlation coefficient drop that we've seen all day. If there's a tornado on the ground, this is to the west of Bancroft. Okay, this is rapidly going to the east-northeast at maybe 60 to 70, maybe even 80 miles an hour. Okay, an 80-mile-an-hour tornado is racing across Nebraska right now, imminently affecting Pender. Okay, the Highway 16 area between Pender and Wait Hill or Walt Hill. I believe that's Wait Hill. Walt Hill. Sorry. Bear with me, okay? But this is literally, you don't have much time left to react. Look at that. Look at that velocity. There is almost certainly a tornado on the ground right now. This is also going to spread into Douglas and Saunders counties. That is this is the worst case scenario, like I was saying earlier. This is on a part of the storm that is progressing very quickly. All right, that you don't have much time to react. A 80-mile-an-hour tornado is likely racing directly towards the Walt Hill and the Pender area. So let me get my bearings here. This is likely right now crossing over Highway 94 between Pender and Wait Hill, or just to the south of there. Remember, this is kind of tough for me to do on the spot. I have to kind of imagine in my head where that correlation coefficient drop and the rotation are going to go approximately to the northeast, and then kind of imagine in my head where that lands on my map over here. So bear with me. The thing is, though, is everybody in the Thurston, Winnebago area needs to be in their safe spot. Bancroft, every single one of you guys need to be in your safe spot, okay? This whole line is dangerous. I don't care if you get hit by the tornado or not. It is going to be a bad time. It's going to be a bad time, all right? So let's go ahead and get in our safe spot. More than likely, you're not going to get swept away by a tornado. More than likely, everything's going to be fine for the most part, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Always better to be safe than sorry. So, once again, I do believe that this is going to be going between Pender and Wait Hill momentarily, right around the Highway 94 corridor. H&R Manufacturing. Okay, Cooney Fertilizer. These big manufacturing plants out here. Hopefully nobody's at work. Lord goodness, hopefully nobody's at work at the Cooney Fertilizer or the H&R manufacturing facility there. South and west of Wait Hill, because I do believe that this is the approximate location where the circulation is going to go. All right, not for sure if that's exactly where the tornado is going to go, but it's in that general location where I think that circulation is going to go in moments. All right, so if we know anybody in the Walt Hill area, they've got the Evergreen Cemetery over there and the Lucky 77 Casino. If we know anybody over there, let's go ahead and let them know that something, a very strong storm, a dangerous storm is on its way, and it's coming fast. It is coming very fast. Additionally, south of Thurston, all right? Everybody south of Thurston needs to be getting in their safe spots, even in Thurston itself. You are not exempt from this. Pender, same thing for you. In fact, this is directly between Pender and Bancroft right now. So you probably are already experiencing that to the fullest extent in those areas. Wow. That is, once again, something else to see what looks like a supercell thunderstorm with a inflow notch, the rear flanking downdraft, the little hook echo inside of this very fast-moving line of storms. Look at that. Almost certainly a tornado there. Almost certainly. The tornado warning is going to continue for Utah, Nebraska, Waterloo, and Nebraska until 4:30 p.m. Central, and it's also going to continue for Valley until 4:30 p.m. Central. These are observed tornado warnings, guys. So this is a very rare severe weather event. We've got reported tornadoes down on the ground, approaching an area where there's snow on the ground. Approaching an area where there is snow on the ground. Yeah, okay, so now we have what looks to me, once again, like two areas of potential rotation. So Bancroft, Rosalie, all right, Macy, the Walt Hill area. Everybody over here needs to be getting in their safe spot right now. It is not time to play around and wait. This is a very, very fast-moving storm. Wow, look at the motion on them clouds. Vince. I believe Vince is patiently awaiting the storm to pass him or to get to him. I'm getting on I-29 from the town of Mondamin. So with these kind of storms, if you are a storm chaser, if the storms are moving 80, 90 miles an hour, almost always the best practice is going to be to, pick a spot and let it hit you, because you ain't chasing that, at least not anywhere near safely. Goodness. All right, we're going to keep checking back in with Vince. I am going to...
153 is en route. Not really.
I'm going to find him.
108, go ahead. Engine 53, Med 41. Car passed by a sawmill, late 30s, some fall. Injuries are unknown, wearing white sweatpants. Engine 53 is clear. 1555.
Give me just a second. Oh.
T325, 1042, 1555.
All right. We'll find him here in a second. We've got Vince's location, and I would like to just pull up a second window so you guys can keep up with exactly where he is too. But I'm just going to have to just keep telling you. I'm sorry. If you're just now tuning in, okay, we have confirmed tornadoes. All right, we have confirmed tornado in Dodge, Washington, Saunders, Thurston, and Douglas counties in Nebraska. Okay, very large area under a confirmed tornado warning here. So we gotta stay vigilant here and continue to watch these as they go to the north and east. Okay, so we got one up here. I'm going to try once again to get radar scope back up. I'm having a lot of problems with it. We're going to leave this one right here because we do, I think that this is almost certainly on the ground still. And then we're also going to go check out some of this stuff that's going on to the south, north and west of Omaha. All right. So this is another area where we potentially have a tornado getting ready to go through. Okay, so Valley, all right, Valley, the northwest side of Omaha. Let's see here, Bennington, Fort Calhoun, Blair, Herman, all these places in Nebraska, in the greater Omaha area. Please seek shelter immediately. This is not once again, this is not a maybe tornado. This is a definitely tornado, and it's more than likely not even a baby tornado at this point. Because the maximum amount of wind that can be put into a storm like this is being put into it. So even if you are in the downtown area of Omaha, I don't think you're going to get hit by a tornado, but there's a very good chance that you get hit by this very strong straight line damaging wind that's getting ready to come through, and 60, 70, maybe 80 miles an hour, that's going to cause damage. So let's go ahead and get to a sturdy structure if we're not in one right now, to somewhere that can withstand that. We also have a tornado report here, confirmed tornado by the fire department. That was about 19 minutes ago. So that's where that confirmed report came from on our tornado south of Pender, or moving through the Pender region now. Wow. I still do believe there's enough rotation there to, suspect that we have a tornado still. Kenneth says the siren is going off in Omaha.
33, you already checked this address, is that correct?
The siren's going off in Omaha.
53, that's clear. 1458.
Guys, if you hear sirens, obviously, get to shelter. Get to shelter. The tornado warning is going to continue for Pender, Nebraska, and Walt Hill, Nebraska, until 4:30 CST. Additionally, we have new tornado warnings now for Jackson County in Kansas. All right, a widespread event still unfolding before our eyes. Let's go through the whole line here because I know we got a lot of people watching from a lot of different places. We're starting off on the top here near Sioux City. Okay, near Sioux City, all these places on the northern side of the line, we've got reported actual tornadoes, observed tornadoes coming towards the I-29 corridor around Sioux Cities. Get to shelter now. Now, the area between Sioux City and Omaha, okay, there's just a severe thunderstorm warning right now. But if you are in the Anawa area, I hope I'm saying that right, you also have the potential of seeing a tornado imminently, okay? Just because there's not a tornado warning right now doesn't mean that there won't be one. Additionally, the winds alone are enough to cause problems. We have an observed tornado just to the north and west of Omaha, okay? So Elkhorn, you got to be in your safe spot. Fort Calhoun, okay? Blair, Missouri Valley, all these places right along the I-29 corridor. This is where Vince is, by the way. This is where Vince Welty is. He is getting ready. You can see his camera above my head there. He's getting ready to intercept this storm, and if there's a tornado in it, we'll be able to see it through his stream, and we'll pull him full here in just a second. But yeah, that's the other tornado warning that we've got. Additionally, we have another area of tornadic rotation. This is a radar indicated tornado warning that's just went through Westmoreland, and it's heading towards the General Circleville area. Okay, this is north of the I-70 corridor there, the road that connects Salina, Topeka, and Kansas City. A little bit north of there, the southern flank of the line has been rotating quite a bit. So we're going to watch that as it continues to go through. And we're also going to keep an eye on Vince here because Once again, he's very, very dangerously close to the storm that is north and east of Omaha, okay? And this is the one that we do have an observed tornado in, and we're going to keep with him as long as he can keep signal. We're going to keep him up for as long as possible. As you guys know, it's very hard to broadcast in a tornado. So we might not be able to have him the whole time, but we're going to keep him full as he gets closer and closer to the storm there. Let's see here. I'm going through Twitter again. I know you guys are sending me all kinds of reports and videos and pictures and stuff. I really, really appreciate it. Are you kidding me? The moment I take him full, he loses service again. And I'm going to try to go through a bunch of that stuff right now. We do have tornado damage in Nebraska, okay? 1 mile south of 11F Road. So we do have potential tornado damage already being recorded. That I don't know what that looks like exactly. But this could be obviously from tornado damage, or it could also be from straight line damaging winds. That's what I want you guys to understand is stuff like this, trees falling on your house, the roof getting blown off your house, tin flying through your window. Stuff like this can happen without a tornado. A tornado is not necessary to cause this kind of damage in this sort of storm, okay? So I don't want you to wait on a tornado warning to go into your safe spot. Let's go ahead and get there now. Let's get there now, because this can happen whether or not you get hit by a tornado. But I did retweet this. If you guys also want to go retweet it yourself. Additionally, we have more damage videos and pictures coming in that I am also retweeting right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Tornado warning is now issued for Nebraska City and Glenwood, Iowa. So now we're in Iowa. All right. A new tornado warning was just issued from Malvern, Iowa until 4:15 p.m. Central Time. We are trucking right along here. All right. Let me show you this tweet, this video. This is from Clatonia, Nebraska. Widespread damage there. Once again, turn that down a little bit. This is possible. This is the kind of damage that's possible with or without a tornado. All right, so we all need to make sure, the people that are watching in Nebraska, there may be people that are, on ranches or, on a big farm or something in some sort of structure that's not sturdy enough to withstand, this kind of wind. That's what I'm saying whenever I say, get to a sturdy structure. All right. Even if you're not under a tornado warning, get to a sturdy structure, because this wind, just the wind alone, without the thunderstorms, is going to rip through most unsecured buildings. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all the support. I can't read all of the super chats right now, but I promise I always end up reading them eventually. All right. So I am going to go. We got another. Do we have a? Yeah, that's another. Okay, the radar or the tornado warning that I just read off for Nebraska City is this new very large tornado warning that they just put out. So south of Omaha, north of Omaha, everywhere around Omaha, and even in Omaha, everybody needs to be in their safe spot, okay? Omaha, the greater Omaha area is getting ready to receive a very, very dangerous storm, okay? Tornadoes, straight line damaging wind, the whole 9 yards, all right? Also, Sioux City, get ready, brace for impact, because our storm that we've been watching for so long is getting ready to come through. And I'm telling you right now, there are multiple parts of this storm that look tornadic to me. All right, so we might not be able to pinpoint exactly where the biggest tornado is going to come through, but the thing is we see all kinds of intermittent areas of rotation that are imminently about to go through Sioux City. So right here near Winnebago, we've got this area of rotation that I think possibly could have a tornado. Additionally, north of Emerson, okay? All of these areas that where you see a little bit of a kink in the velocity there and a little bit of a couplet, like here south of Winnebago, that's where we could see a tornado form imminently if there isn't one already. And that's getting ready to go through the greater Sioux City area. Even if you are not directly impacted by a tornado, straight line damaging winds in excess of 60 mile an hour are going to be possible, which could heavily impact your life and property if you're not, properly sheltering yourself. Okay. I'm going to go see if I can't get our guy back. I'm going to leave the radar image up. Actually, let's go. Let's see here. That's Des Moines. I'm trying to see what the best. Okay, this is Omaha here. We're looking at Omaha here. All right, so I'm going to turn around and I'm going to try to get our storm chaser back because he was literally getting ready to go into the storm. So let's turn around here. Let's see if we can't find our storm chaser, Vince Welty. Always chasing our storm chaser around here on the stream. Understandable. It's understandable.
Understood. We'll head down that way.
Very hard to maintain a connection in a severe thunderstorm, let alone a tornado. Okay, so we got Vince back. Oh, he is very close. He is very, very close.
City Drive at Peace Haven for a fall. Walnut Rescue 900 Antique City Drive at Peace Haven for a fall. First page at 1606.
All right, so can you guys see Vince now? Okay, cool. Oh, Lord goodness. All right, give me just a second. Can you hear Vince? Can you hear Vince's audio by any chance? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
That feature over there.
Continue on I-29 South.
The thing that is concerning to me is I can't hear Vince. So I don't know if it's too loud or not. Let me turn around.
Actually, let's spin it around, go back through Monument. Then we have some options to go west or east. Crap.
Okay. All right, so we can't hear Vince. You guys are going to have to let me know if it's too loud because for some reason I can't monitor it. You guys can hear it.
Really need to turn around.
But I can't. Okay. All right. So we've got Vince now. He's heading towards the storm once again. He actually is more than likely trying to stay ahead of it a little bit so that he can intercept it at a different point to where the tornado might be. Test. Okay. All right. Just making sure my audio is good. All right. So we've got Vince up. We do have, if anybody is just now tuning in, we do have a confirmed tornado now, all right, moving through Dodge, Douglas, and Saunders and Washington counties in Nebraska. We have a tornado warning in Woodbury, Dakota, and Union counties in Iowa. We also have another tornado warning for Dakota and Dixon counties in Nebraska, and then another tornado warning now in Iowa for Fremont, Mills, Cass, and Ottawa counties in Iowa. All right. So this is progressing very quickly. We started watching this line of storms. Real quick, let's go back to the radar, way back here in this portion of Nebraska, and it has already made it into the Nebraska and Iowa border. And if you guys watched today's video, if you watched the video earlier today, this is where we expected the storms to start being bad. So we're just now getting into the moderate risk zone. So I do believe that we are going to be experiencing a lot more tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings as we go later on into the night. Sioux City, heads up. Once again, tornado warning, potential tornado getting ready to come through at any moment. All right, this is a fast-moving storm. I don't think that you have much time left, all right? So you need to go ahead and get in your safe spot. This is not a giant tornado that's getting ready to rip through the city, okay? It's a very strong, severe thunderstorm with straight line damaging winds, and there's likely a tornado somewhere in there, okay? Specifically around Waterbury on the northwest side of Sioux City. That's where I would think that the biggest area of circulation is. And give me just 1 second, guys.
Engine 41 is at patient.
Still poking through the radar here. Maybe. I think I might see a TDS in there.
Okay, I'm back. That was my wife. She brought me lunch. It's going to be a long night. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's get back on to talking about these tornado warnings. Once again, multiple areas with potential rotation are moving into the Sioux City area. Okay, this is an extremely dangerous situation for the Sioux City area. Please get into your safe spot as soon as you possibly can. Now, I do want to go ahead and focus once again on the storm here that is around Omaha. All right, so we had an observed tornado warning. That is moving to the north and east. The area that was producing the rotation is now moving into the Missouri Valley area. Okay, and like right there where Nebraska meets Iowa and Missouri, like right in that area right there. That not Missouri, but right where Iowa meets Nebraska, north of Omaha. That's where this potential tornado is getting ready to cross, and it's also where our storm chaser is right now. Okay, so if there is a tornado, we should see signs of it very soon, very soon. Okay, I think he's in front of it. You can see the lightning. You can see this. You know, if he was driving towards it, I think we'd be able to see a little bit better the shelf cloud. So we're going to keep him up once again, and then I'm just going to verbally list off all these other tornado warnings that are coming out. Okay, so we have a new tornado warning for Portsmouth.
A new tornado warning has been
Portsmouth, Plattsmouth and Glenwood, Iowa. All right, Malvern, Iowa until 4:45 p.m. Central Time. Plattsmouth is in Nebraska, by the way. We also have a new tornado warning for Pawnee City, Nebraska, and Stella, Nebraska until 4:45 p.m. Central Time. I've said it once, I've said it a million times, or I'm going to continue saying it. But everybody that is in the path of receiving any portion of this line of storms needs to treat it as if they are under a tornado warning. All right, the whole thing is going to be a bad story. All right, it's going to be a bad night for you. So let's go ahead and get into our safe spots. We now have several tornadoes warnings in effect, several potential tornadoes on the ground right now, and I personally don't have time to tell you exactly where each tornado is in relative to the local Walmart. That's usually what I do. All right. Usually, if you're watching, I can tell you where the tornado is, and what hot dog stand it's going by. But we have too much stuff going on right now. We need to just every single one of us. No matter if you're right next to the tornado or not, every single one of us to the east of the line here needs to be getting in our safe spot, okay? From Sioux City through Omaha, all the way down through Wichita, Kansas, points east. We need to start making our preparations, okay? It's a serious storm. The next people that are in line, obviously, we still got Sioux City that's imminently going to get hit by the storm. We also have Lamar's, Ida Grove, Denison, Harlan, Atlantic, right along the I-80 corridor there as you head towards Des Moines. We're going to get some big winds over the next couple of hours. Red Oak, Tarkio, Maryville, Falls City, St. Joseph, even Kansas City, once again, maybe be impacted by these storms later this evening. This is once again turning into a very serious situation as we likely have multiple ongoing tornadoes right now, at least multiple ongoing tornado warnings. And we need to make sure that everybody is getting this message, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through Twitter once again while we watch our professional storm chaser, Vince Welty, approach the storm and just see if there's any more debris pictures and damage pictures out there, because it's important. It's important that we see that. What is this? Okay, we got a picture. We're getting a lot of videos and pictures in. A lot. This is the most. I think. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. 27,000 people watching right now. It's not only is it hard for me to manage all the tornado warnings, but it's also getting hard for me to manage all the content that's coming in. I really do appreciate you guys sending in your reports, and your pictures, and your videos. I'm going to try my best to relay the best information that I can. Once again, very, very strong storms coming through, guys. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is another situation where the wind's whipping by, and not only are you going to be experiencing more than likely a horrific rainstorm with maybe a potential tornado inside of there, but on top of that, in front of it with the gust front, a dust storm with prolific wind gusts in behind it. Let's see here. Lots of storm chasers out there. Lots of reports coming in. I'm trying to organize everything here, and then I'm going to share it, and we're going to start looking at it, okay? There are 9 semi-trucks blown over on I-25 in Colorado. Okay, so once again, I want to keep harping on this because the effects of this storm are so wide-reaching. It's not just where Vince is. It's not just where Reed Timmer is. The wind that is fueling this storm system is causing widespread damage across the plains. Okay, so look at this. This is a semi that's over in Woodman and in the Interquest on I-25. This is in Colorado. All right, this energy, once again, is still on its way to the storms. And once again, the longer that those storms stay viable, the longer that line stays together, the more compounding interest. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. The more compound interest in terms of convective available potential energy, moisture, and all this stuff, these storms are going to have as they go forward. All right? So that's why I'm really concerned about the next couple of hours in Iowa on how strong these storms are going to be. We do have a new tornado warning. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Moville, Iowa, Kingsley, Iowa, and Sloan, Iowa until 4:45 p.m. CST. That is a radar-indicated tornado. All right. Additionally, that tornado warning is going to continue for Mondawmin, Iowa, and Modale, Iowa, and Mongolia, Iowa, until 4:45 p.m. Central Time. Let's go take Vince full. That is a very strong storm approaching him there. He is in the tornado warned zone of the storm north of Omaha. Okay, so he is north of Omaha near the Missouri Valley area there near I-29. All right, this is a professional storm chaser, Vince Welty. I do believe that if there's a tornado with this storm, like we believe there may be, he will be able to see it from his vantage point. Or maybe not see it, but at least be able to detect it better than we can, just with our radars. I'm going to go in here. Wow. Once again, if he's not going to get hit by a tornado, he is definitely going to get hit by some very strong winds. Guys, if you're in the Missouri Valley area, okay, north and east of Omaha, the Fort Calhoun area, you're already been hit by it. But the Logan area, the Modale area, the Mondawmin area, all of these places, you're getting ready to get hit by a wall of wind, and so is Vince. Vince is in the direct path here. We're getting ready to see exactly what this wall of winds got. And I don't know, once again, I don't have his exact pinpoint location pulled up, but yeah, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, so keep in mind, that's where Vince is, okay? You see his camera there. Real quick, I'm going to show you on the radar exactly where he is. He is here. All right, so he is just outside of Missouri Valley, and we're getting ready to see that really intense area of higher velocity readings move through the city. and we'll see what happens there. Once again, if you're in Missouri Valley, Modell, Magnolia, Logan, Woodbine, all of these areas here in this portion of Iowa, right there on the border, you've got a very strong storm with a potential tornado coming towards you, okay?
Still alarm. 162 north 106th Street. Timeout. 16:18.
Got to have the caffeine from the Mountain Dew Zero. So just to go through again, oh my goodness. We have a new tornado warning. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Council Bluffs, Iowa, Underwood, Iowa, and Neola, Iowa until 5 o'clock p.m. CST. It is getting crazy out there. We have an unbelievable amount of tornado warnings right now. Still, Sioux City, the entire area around the Sioux City general vicinity there, you still need to be in your safe spot, okay? You got a bunch of tornadic storms floating around you. One of them's bound to have one in it, and you still got that the big gust of wind that's about to come through. Okay, if you're north of Omaha, you got to be in your safe spot all the way up to Woodbine, Dunlap. Okay, you got to be in your safe spot because this is the storm that Vince is intercepting right now. This is what's coming towards you. All right, and once again, we got straight line damaging winds, possibly in excess of 70, 80 mile an hour that's going to be coming through. This can damage your roof. This can bust your window out. This can pick up a piece of wood and fling it through your window and hurt you. So you got to be in a safe spot, just like if a tornado was coming. And in fact, Vince might actually intercept the tornadic portion of this storm just momentarily. Looks like a pretty intense storm. Let's see here. Let's also call out some warnings here just to the south, near on the southern side of Omaha, near Avoca, okay, south and east of Harlan, along the Interstate 80 corridor, north and east of Omaha, between Omaha and Underwood and Neola. There is a very strong area of rotation that's heading towards you. Okay, I want you in your safe spots if you're in Underwood and Neola. And Shelby, okay, if you're in Shelby as well. Now, additionally, we got Silver City. We've got Silver City down here south of Omaha that needs to be in their safe spot. And let's see here, Glenwood, Henderson, another strong area of rotation, and a potential tornado is heading right for you. And once again, even without the tornado, this is what's heading towards you, okay? All right, a very intense storm. Once again, I don't know what kind of wind speeds he's experiencing right now, but we have multiple reports of 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds coming through here. So please take this seriously and get to shelter as fast as you can, because, you throw a tornado on top of this, and it's a pretty nasty situation. Let's see here. Power outages, USA. We are starting to get a lot of power outages being reported now. We currently have in Colorado, there are 100,000 people without power in Colorado, and that's just from the wind behind the storm. In Kansas, we have 56,000 people without power, and in Nebraska, we have 31,000 people without power. That number is just going to continue to go up as these storms progress off to the east. It's going to continue to go up as these storms progress off to the east. Is this going to affect southeast Michigan? It's possible. It's possible. Law enforcement confirms a tornado is on the ground 2 miles south of Salix, Iowa, moving north and east. By the way, southeast Michigan, it's not going to affect you in the same way that these storms are affecting these towns. All right, it's going to be a lot different once it gets over there. So once again, law enforcement just sent in a confirmation of a tornado on the ground around 2 miles south of Salix, Iowa, moving northeast. Okay, so I do believe we're going to get another confirmed tornado warning here momentarily, because we do have, once again, a confirmed tornado. This is south of Sioux City. This is south of Sioux City. So let's bring back our radar and move it back up to the Sioux City area. And let's see if we can't find that. on our velocity scans. And we'll come back over to the radar view real quick. So yeah, somewhere along this big time area of velocity on the front side of the storm that's going through Sioux City, we did receive a confirmed tornado report. I'm just trying to find out where exactly that was so that I can make it make sense with the velocity scans and kind of tell you where the storm is now. But I would just go ahead and assume that that tornado is going to continue to be on the ground. Here's the town of Salix that tornado was reported in. I would assume that it's going through Lawton right now. Bronson and Lawton. It's going to continue to move north and east through Mobile, Kingsley, and Pearson. All right? Mobile, Kingsley, and Pearson. A new tornado warning has been issued for Council Bluffs, Iowa. Another tornado warning for Council Bluffs, Iowa, Underwood, and Neola. Okay? And then additionally, the tornado warning is going to continue for Stella, Nebraska, and Sherbert, Nebraska, and Nemaha, Nebraska until 4:45 p.m. Central. So we're a lot of these storms are cycling, and we're starting to see the new tornado warnings come out for them now as they continue to progress to the north and east. Big area of very strong damaging winds is getting ready to go through the southeastern Sioux City area. I want to take this reflectivity image full real quick because it's important that you understand this. As we go later on into the night, this is going to play a vital role in you understanding where the damaging winds are. Okay, this little bowing segment on the top of this line here is what we call a bow echo. We have rain-cooled air coming on the backside of this storm that is amplifying the already strong forward progression of this storm. And right in the top of that bow, at the top of that bow, and that's moving into Mobile and Kingsley, that's where we're going to see some of the strongest wind gusts. Okay, that's where we're going to see 80-mile-an-hour winds, 90-mile-an-hour winds, and, of course, spin-up tornadoes that could cause extensive damage on their own. All right? So make sure you are treating this in Kingsley. You are under a tornado warning. The odds of you getting hit directly by a tornado are small, but let's go ahead and assume that that's what's going to happen, and go ahead and do what you would do if you saw the tornado coming. You know what I mean? Because these are going to be very strong winds, and we do have the possibility for a tornado to be in there somewhere. Once again, several areas of very, interesting-looking rotation. And, of course, right south of Lawton there, we had that correlation coefficient drop that very clearly possibly shows where the tornado is. Once again, moving into the Mobile area and Kingsley area. It could ride the 140 corridor, the Highway 140 area from Mobile into Kingsley as it heads off to the north and east very quickly. You can see right there the little blue dot. That is likely where the tornado is right now, or 3 or 4 minutes ago. So right now it's probably north of Mobile. All right. So if you're in Kingsley, now's the time to take shelter. Now's the time. And I'm just waiting for that confirmed report of a tornado to come in. I would go ahead, if I worked at the National Weather Service, I would go ahead and issue a confirmed warning without even having that law enforcement report. Just from looking at this. Just from looking at that I would, if I was at the desk tonight, I would go ahead and issue that warning, because not only do you have the very real potential for a tornado coming through, you also have the very real potential for the straight line damaging winds to cause very intense damage all the way up through the Kingsley area.
Medical Nature Alliance 10511 Polk Street. Tap 3, Medical Nature Unknown 10511 Polk Street. Tap 3, time out 1628.
If you can hear the noise in the background, that is the intermittent in and outs of the emergency management services from Des Moines all the way into the Omaha region. We're listening to it all, and if we need to focus in on one, we will. But as of right now, we're just kind of listening to all of them on a slow burn on the back burner just to kind of see if anything comes up. Currently, all of the damage reports are coming in through Twitter. So that's how I'm going to keep up with those right now. If you're just now tuning in, we're watching some of the fastest storms that have ever came through this area, moved through Sioux City, all right, down through the Danbury area, and then also north and east of Omaha now, okay? This is very quickly turning into a derecho event. I have never seen storm motions or storm speeds this fast, all right? These storms are moving at 90 to 100 miles an hour. I've been tracking the weather since I was, like 8 years old, literally. And I don't think I can ever recall a storm motion, a storm moving at 100 miles an hour. So we have several tornado warnings tonight. Let's go ahead and go through them right now. Harrison County, Shelby County in Iowa, Ida, Plymouth, and Woodbury counties, Mills, Montgomery, Pottawatomie County, Plymouth, Woodbury County in Iowa, Harrison and Washington County in Iowa, Mills County in Iowa, Nemaha and Richardson County in Nebraska, and of course Union County in Iowa as well. All of these places are under tornado warnings, and we could potentially have tornadoes in there moving at 100 miles an hour. I can't put that into perspective as much as I need to, because like that's incredible. All right, if you are under a tornado warning right now, even if you're towards the back of it, all right, even if you think you got time, these storms are moving at 100 miles an hour, so you don't actually have that much time. So let's go ahead and get into our safe spots right now. I'm going to go ahead and continue to browse Twitter here. Let's check in on Storm Chaser Vince Welty. I think the storm has passed him now, and I think that he's out of that area that he was originally in. And he is moving to the north, I believe. Wow, check this out. This is some of the dust storm that's ongoing in Kansas now. Widespread winds in excess of 50 to 100 miles an hour all across Kansas and Colorado as these storms continue to progress off to the north and east and kind of suck up all that cool, dry air on the backside. Jessica says, beginning to understand those old Dust Bowl stories more than I ever thought I would. Garden City, Kansas at 11:35 a.m. And here's an incredible look at the satellite. We've got dust transported from eastern Colorado and western Kansas reaching eastern Nebraska. Look at this. You see the lighter brown there? That's dust being picked up off the ground in Colorado and taken all the way up into eastern Nebraska. This is, it looks like a land hurricane. It literally looks like a land hurricane, this mid-latitude cyclone. I've never seen so much undercutting of that cool, dry air before in my life. A lot of firsts tonight with this storm. Another view of the dust coming through. Once again, continue to send me stuff on Twitter, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we got a new tornado report in. The tornado is on the ground to the north of me, and power flashes are observed and the funnel. Okay, so that's just right around Lawton. Like we said earlier, we believe that there was potentially a tornado going through Lawton. We also believe that now there is a tornado approaching the Kingsley area. Okay, this is not a, currently there's only a radar indicated tornado warning. But this is not a maybe tornado. This is a definitely tornado moving into the greater Kingsley area, north of Lawton. There are multiple tornado warnings in the Sioux City area. Look at that. Look at that giant munched up mess of tornado warnings there, all around the Sioux City and points north and east. And now let's take a look out a little bit further downstream, because obviously we're not going to stop having these problems this evening. We're going to continue to see this all the way through central Iowa. Spencer in northern Iowa, you're next in line. Okay, all these storms in Sioux City are likely going to progress to the north and east towards you. Fort Dodge, you got an hour or so, all right? Maybe a little bit longer than that. The I-35 corridor, it's coming to you. All right, so maybe if you haven't started taking your precautions yet, tying stuff down that maybe needs to be tied down, getting out of unsturdy, buildings. Yeah, obviously big warehouses and stuff like that. We don't like to be in those during situations like this. Get into your house, all right? Get to your home, into the most interior room, and just wait it out there. Wait it out until this thing's over, because not only do we have all of these tornado warnings, which there are several, by the way, we also have a wall of wind that's going to be inundating the area for several hours, even after the storms go by. Fort Dodge, once again, Des Moines, you're going to be under the gun here with before too long. Creston,